How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. So today we are going to take a look at the ASUS ROG ROG Go 2.4, which is actually aimed to get you more outside of the house and on the go. The Go is designed to make it more convenient for traveling. So if you're maybe like a Switch owner or a mobile gamer, or just somebody who wants something more compact with your gaming laptop or so on, then this might be an option for you. So starting off with pricing, the Go 2.4 is going to retail for around $200, 150 pounds, or here in South Africa, it'll most likely cost around 3,500 Rand, which is a bit more on the expensive side. But I'll quickly take a look at what you get inside the box. You do get a very nice carry case for all of your accessories and the headset. Inside of that, you do get the folded up headset, the USB-C wireless adapter, a Type-C to Type-A adapter, a 1 meter USB-C charging cable, a 1.2 meter 3.5 millimeter audio cable, and then finally the detachable microphone, which does have some nice AI features built in. But now moving on to the headset itself, you do get a more compact design, closer to something like the Sony WH-1000s or a Bose QC35s in my opinion, which just like the name implies, does make it much better for traveling. The headset itself is mostly made out of plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap at all, even though it does only weigh around 290 grams. The headband does have a nice soft foam padding at the top and is able to adjust a fair amount to fit larger heads. Along with that, the headband can flex quite a bit, more than you would actually really need. For the ear cups, they do have a nice soft rubberized coating with some subtle ROG branding on the sides. The ear cups are able to fold inwards for better packaging. It's able to tilt a small amount and then also swivel more than 180 degrees to comfortably rest on your shoulders or just on the table when not using them. The ear cup's folding hinge does feel quite sturdy, but it does also seem like it's mostly plastic there. So of course, just don't go Hulk mode on it and throw it around. Take off the headset. Now, as for all of the controls on the ear cup, starting with the right side, you only get a USB Type-C charging port. Unfortunately, the USB port does not allow for audio pass-through. It would have been nice, but at least there are other options to connect it. Then as for the left ear cup at the back, you do get the volume control knob, which allows you to mute the microphone as well when pressing it down. Below that, you do get the track controller, which allows you to play or pause your music with a single press, skip with a double press, and then a triple press goes back to the previous track. Then after that, you do get the wired and wireless switch, because after that you do have the 3.5 millimeter audio jack that allows you to use it in wired mode as well. And then finally, you do have the mic port, which we will get into a bit later. Then getting into the most important part for me of a gaming headset, and that is comfort. And I'm happy to say that the Go is definitely comfortable. Now, I'm usually not a fan of these smaller ear cups where it partially sits on top of your ears or just touches your ears. It's sometimes a bit annoying to me, but I am happy to say that the Go 2.4 didn't bother me that much. My ears did cozy fit in the side, and thanks to the extremely soft ear cups, I was able to wear it for long periods at a time. Now, the cushions are not thick at all, so unfortunately your ears do touch against the driver walls, which again is usually a problem for me, but it didn't really bother me that much because it was quite soft, and I was able to wear this headset for 3 hours straight, no problem. I could have gone longer than that, just got some stuff to do. However, of course, this is going to depend on the user and their ears. I don't have that massive of ears, but if you do have quite large ears, the ear cups might sit more on your ears than actually over. So that's also going to depend on what you personally like. But again, I'm happy to say that it was very comfortable for me personally. Also, clamping force, I would say, was pretty much spot on, with it not falling off too easily, which is that small shakes, and also not crushing your skull. Now, just like the 2.4 name implies, the Go does use 2.4 gigahertz of wireless instead of a Bluetooth, which of course for a gaming is much better because there's much lower latency, and then also audio quality is usually better as well. Now, range is also pretty decent with the Go. I was able to go around 15 meters inside my house, which is also around 2 rooms away without it losing connection. Now, because it's USB-C instead of normal USB-A, it does allow the wireless adapter to be so much smaller than all of the others. Not only that, it makes it that much more convenient to use as well, because most mobile devices these days are switching towards USB-C instead of normal micro USB or USB 3, which is so much better. Now with this, all you need to do is plug it into your Nintendo Switch without the need of any additional cables or adapters. It just plugs in straight into that and you're able to use it. Same with your mobile phone. Now unfortunately, my phone is still normal USB, so it doesn't really allow me. But just being able to connect it there, it's so much smaller. And usually my complaint with wireless gaming headsets is that, again, the USB adapter is so much bigger, and because they don't have a Bluetooth, you can't really use it with your phone, which is so annoying. So being able to have this small of an adapter, Bluetooth isn't really needed because it's not that bulky, it doesn't take up that much space. Now getting into audio quality, unfortunately this is the weakest point for the Go. It's not terrible at all, but for the price point I did expect a bit more, and then also just all of the other features of the Go is just better in my opinion. So yeah. The highs are decently clear with vocals, but the mids do sound a bit more pronounced with the low end, the bass just behind that. On max volume, it does get plenty loud, which also allows you to actually wear it on your neck and still hear everything clear enough. However, running it in wired mode, it does sound a bit better with the treble being pushed a bit more towards the front and not sounding as muffled. Also, this is quite common with most of these wireless headsets. In wired mode, it is around 25% louder compared to wireless. So if you just want more volume, then you can just use it in wired mode, and it does again sound a bit better. For me, honestly, the wireless was just good enough. I'm not looking for audiophile grade audio. It was perfect for gaming and just listening to music and watching movies. It was honestly good enough for me. It's just the price point is a bit high. That's all. As for sound isolation and sound bleed, the Go does do a pretty good job at cancelling out a background noise without a noise cancellation. However, sound bleed is a bit more than what I would have liked. If you are using it out in public and people are close by to you, sitting right next to you, they will most likely be able to hear what you are listening to, especially if you up the volume a bit more. I will say that I kind of wish at the price point ASUS did include active noise cancellation or like a hybrid noise cancellation feature in the headset, but unfortunately it doesn't have that. It would have been a nice feature to have, especially if you want to use this thing, let's say if you're on a plane and still like use your Switch to game on. That would have been awesome. Then getting into the microphones, you do actually have two options here, which is pretty cool. You do have the built-in microphone for if you're in a pinch, but otherwise you do have the detachable bendable mic you can just plug in. Now, the cool feature that ASUS also added to the headset is their AI noise cancellation, where it analyzes the background noise and then tries to cancel that out, and it actually does a pretty good job. Now, I did make a full video just on that, so I will leave a link in the video description where I went outside and did a lot of more tests, but I'm quickly just going to show you guys how the microphone sounds just normally, and then also with my aircon on, just to give you guys a little idea of how it sounds, because it does do quite a good job. Alright, so firstly, this is the built-in microphone without any AI noise cancellation on, and the aircon is on, so yeah, it does get quite a bit loud. But now let's quickly turn on that AI noise cancellation so you guys can hear the difference. Alright, so now the AI noise cancellation is on for the built-in microphone.
And you guys should already be able to hear that difference where it cuts out the aircon. Now, you will be able to hear with the detachable microphone as well that it does lower the quality of your voice somewhat, but it does still do quite a good job.
All right, so this is how the detachable microphone sounds with the AI noise cancellation off, but with the aircon on. And then this is now with the detachable microphone and the AI noise cancellation on. And you guys should be able to hear that it makes quite a big difference. Now, of course, it does lower your voice quality somewhat to cancel out all of that background noise, but it still sounds usable. And it's mostly going to be if you're in a very loud environment, you're at a LAN maybe, or you have an aircon that you just can't live without sometimes, especially here in South Africa. It gets quite a bit toasty in summer. So, yeah, that could help out with that.
Now, as for charging and battery life, ASUS states that the Go 2.4 it does have a active time around 25 hours. I was able to get around 3 days of casual use. However, if you are limited on time, if you just charge the headset up for 15 minutes, you will get an additional 3 hours of active use time. So that is definitely nice if you are a bit more limited on time. However, something worth mentioning also is that the sleep timer is quite short at only 5 minutes. So if you just leave the headset for 5 minutes, it will go into sleep mode and you will need to switch between the wired and wireless mode to get it back to actually use it. Now, speaking of the Armory software, you can go download that from ASUS's website, which it does give you more control over EQs, virtual surround, reverb, and then also more controls over the microphone, like the AI noise cancellation. You have noise gate and also perfect voice and so on. You do have some options there. However, I couldn't find the battery indicator or again the sleep timer like ASUS stated on the product page. It just wasn't there. So maybe it's on a newer version, but yeah, it wasn't on my particular latest version that I downloaded. It wasn't on there. So in conclusion, the Go 2.4 is actually pretty good, both as a traveling headset and also just a stay-at-home gaming headset, and it's wireless. That's so awesome. Now, usually it's not something that you'll look at when you're buying a headset, that it's a bit more on the portable side, but I do really like that option because for me personally, before I started reviewing headsets and so on, I wanted to get a single headset both for traveling and then also for home use. And this would definitely be something that I would take a look at because it's wireless. You do have that option, wired mode. It's portable, it's comfortable, it's pretty much everything. So it's a really good option if you're looking for an all-around headset. Now, again, unfortunately, it is a bit more on the expensive side. The audio quality is a bit lacking compared to the price point. I would have liked something a bit better there, but it's still pretty decent and the comfort is definitely good. The microphone is good as well, that AI noise cancellation. If you are in a pinch, then you do have that if you wanted to use that. I mostly wouldn't use it because I'm gonna be at home, or if I go somewhere, it's also going to be in a more quiet environment. But if you are at a LAN or so on where it's quite loud, then you do have that AI noise cancellation. And then also just finally for the more compactness, being able to take it on the go or just package it up nicely, it is definitely a nice to have. Now, I would like ASUS to potentially lower the price point a bit more to around maybe $120. I think that's going to be spot on because there's a lot of other wireless gaming headsets, maybe not this particular style where it's more portable and on the go use style, but it is more cheaper some of the others. So I would like to see them lower the price point a bit more. Now, if I'm going to rate this headset, I will still like to see the headset maybe drop a bit more in price. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Just that audio quality and then the price tag. That's the only two downsides with this headset. Pretty much everything else is just spot on. So if they can drop the price a bit more, then I'll definitely give it an 8 out of 10, and then it's just the audio quality. So there we go. If you guys did like this review, please like, share, comment like always. Also, if you want to get the headset for yourself, I will leave links in the video description. And also a big thanks to ASUS South Africa for sending the Go 2.4 over for review. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.